Oh hi, do you find yourself using your phone more than you'd like to? And you've also tried week-long social media detox but to no avail. Don't worry, I've tried the same thing and many others have, but in vain. And you're not the reason. It's because these apps are designed to hook you in. Today, I'm gonna talk about 5 ways social media is changing your life right now. Welcome to 5 Minutes 5 Ideas. I'm your host Samanvet. Yesterday I watched a great documentary called The Social Dilemma. It's available on Netflix to watch and it shines light into the dark side of AI and how social media apps are dominating more of your life than you think is possible. The first way social media is changing your life is due to the addictive design of these apps. It all began at Stanford Persuasive Technology Lab in 2007. The founder of the lab launched a new class called the Facebook class. And the whole goal of the class was to teach students the psychological tricks to design platforms that are increasingly more addictive and that hook the users into the platform. One of the exercises in the class was to design apps on Facebook, applying these lessons and creating ads around those apps. Graduates of the class moved on to companies such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter to apply their learnings into creating more addictive software. If you find it hard to stop using these apps, then you're not alone. Features such as the like button, infinity scroll, and custom recommendations are designed to give you the necessary dopamine hit to keep you coming back for more. These features and the apps are so addictive that even the creators have a hard time letting go of it. The second way social media is changing your life is through attention-seeking behavior. You would think that humans are the only attention-seeking beings out there, but you'd be mistaken. Social media apps such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram beat us to it. Attention seeking is their main goal. The more attention they can get from you means they can show you more ads. And more ads means more revenue for those companies. They keep your attention by recommending content that you like based on your interest and your watching behavior. Attention is this economy's most traded currency, so be sure to guard yours carefully. Over the past few months, I've thought very seriously about which apps are using my attention the most. And I've come to realize that Instagram was pretty much a time sink for me based on how much I was getting out of it as opposed to how much it was taking away from me, which led me to deleting the app. I've also ended up turning off all of my notifications from all of the apps on my phone. So these apps can't unnecessarily take my attention away from the task I'm working on. And I definitely recommend you to do the same. Survey the uses of your apps such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and try to figure out whether or not the time you spend there is productive or is serving you any good. Personally, I've found that my anxieties have completely plummeted ever since reducing my usage of these services. The third way social media is changing your life is through your digital twin. Social media apps want to create the most accurate model of you as possible, resulting in your digital twin. And they do this by A/B testing of ads and content on you. They can then use this model to predict exactly which type of content you'd like the most, therefore driving up the engagement on that particular platform and increasing revenue for these apps. These apps control your actions on these platforms in ways that you can't even fathom. And I think that's definitely true, and I find myself in the same situation when I go on YouTube and suddenly it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I've gone down the rabbit hole of recommended videos. And I'm not even sure why I'm watching these videos, but the platform seems to know me better than I know myself. So these apps are playing you like puppets for the sake of revenue generation. The fourth way social media is changing your life is through fake news. Fake news travels 6 times faster on Twitter than the truth. First of all, there's no concept of the truth on these social media websites. Their initial interest is to maximize ad revenue. Therefore, this means promoting viral content. This is regardless of whether or not that content is a conspiracy theory. It's true that companies like Twitter and Facebook have taken a stronger stance in combating fake news, but they still can't avoid the growth of fake news in the initial stages when it's starting to propagate due to the inherent design of the algorithms, which is set to promote content that has the maximum amount of engagement until the platform modify the algorithms to stop the spread. The fourth way social media is changing your life is through the rise of mental illness. Anxiety and depression has been on a steady rise ever since the prevalence of social media. And this is especially the case in Gen Z, all of the people that have been born after 96, because that's the generation that has grown up with social media from a very young age. So let's take a look at the stat that was mentioned in The Social Dilemma. In 2015, the number of girls per 100,000 that were admitted to the hospital due to self-harm rose to 62% amongst girls that were 15 to 19 years old, and by 139% for 10 to 14-year-olds, compared to 2009. Similarly, the number of suicides per 1 million girls has risen by 70% for 15 to 19-year-olds and 151% for 10 to 14-year-olds. These rises have been correlated to the availability of social media apps on the phone in 2009. This is a direct result of the self-comparison that takes place on these social media apps due to everyone carefully curating their lives. It's no doubt that social media has many benefits, but it also has many drawbacks, as we've seen in this documentary, The Social Dilemma. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.